This is News 6 Tonight.
Hola, welcome to News 6 Tonight. Glad to have you with us. We have a day of jumping news that we get to recap for you in a very conversational way. If you've never joined us before, welcome to the show. Feel free to comment, tell us who you are, where you're from. My name's Matt.
And I'm Ginger, and please let us know how we're doing, because sometimes we just need that reassurance that we're doing everything that you
Be
would
careful
like
what
to
you
see.
ask for. This is the internet. I don't know that everybody's going to be happy with what we're doing, but hey, Rail Stalker,
Well,
good to see you.
I mean, you just want honesty. That's all you can ask for. That's what we try to do here on the show.
Yeah,
Honesty.
sure.
Honest
Sweet
work.
honesty.
Good, honest work.
I would
yeah.
say we have a combination of sweet and honesty, you and me.
Sweet part you got right. I was going to say something else for your part, but let's get. Have you ever woken up, Matt, and chosen violence?
I'm not going to answer that question tonight.
This story, and we're not trying to make light of it because it is a serious situation, but when you see the video and know what happened, it's like the guy woke up probably that morning, and by that afternoon, he was like, how did I get here? We're talking about
specifically on top of a car.
Yeah, specifically. This happened in Cocoa, and there's a man and a woman, a husband and wife, who had a little bit of a tiff.
There he is.
And this started at oh my gosh, it started at
Makes
a
me
Wawa.
nervous.
I know, it really does, but he was on that car, and it is a ride to remember. Our community correspondent, James Barbero, breaks down a little bit of what happened. Okay, we're not going to hear from James. Chris, thank you. Chris is shaking his head. He told me, yes, Chris, thank you.
Only video.
But this is what happened. They got into an argument. Somehow he ended up in this precarious situation going down the road. We had a viewer who took this video, and she said she saw it from her rear view and didn't even understand what was going on. I don't understand how he is perched and holding on because he's facing backwards.
See, yeah, that's my, that was the strange thing. So I saw the headline on clickorlando.com, man on hood, and we've seen these people on the hood so many times because we live in Florida. But a few things I'm noticing, it looks like his pants are shiny. And I don't know
what that
those
has
are
to do with
sticky
anything.
leather. Maybe they're keeping them on. I don't know how you stay on like that because that's not, you would normally, I've never been on the hood
normally
of a car,
do this.
but I would think you would be turned around, holding onto the car,
facing her,
looking right through the windshield. But that is not the way this happened.
No, it didn't.
And there was a point in this where apparently he got off the car, or she slowed down, and he hopped back on the car. So there was some strange decision making going on both sides.
I just thought maybe it's his car and he didn't want her to take it. But at this point,
I don't know.
When you're going down, I think it's the 520 in Cocoa.
You're not going to stop it like that.
No, you definitely aren't. But
Rail Stalker says,
the wife,
hang on, dude.
she
Let go, dude.
She was arrested. And her bond was set at $180,000. That's how serious this is, because he's in the hospital and he's going to recover. And she got a little banged up too. Everybody got a little bit of something.
Yeah, this ended in some sort of wreck.
Yeah, some sort of crash where two other cars ended up banging into him, but not running over him. It just hurt him enough to send him to the hospital. But my goodness, sometimes in these arguments, and I'm not trying to offer relationship advice.
Go ahead, please.
No, you got to walk away.
For sure.
And this is a situation where we don't know you don't know how people get to this point, but something had boiled over enough where this woman had it, and so had he. And thank goodness it didn't end with someone dying, because it could have been it could have. Or
where was she going? 50?
At least, because she's passing other cars that are going speed. And you see that on the road, and thank goodness someone else who is an innocent bystander just minding their business in their own car was not hurt by this. But, you know, we just have to do better by one another.
We don't have to do better. I'm not jumping on anybody's.
Nor should we. It is just a lot to take in.
It's a dangerous situation. I can't imagine driving down the road and seeing that happen. Apparently, they saw it from a ways off because they caught the video.
Yeah. When you see, because you're not even sure what you're seeing at that point. It's like, is that a guy on the hood? But he's faced like the Rolls Royce emblem.
Almost like it's intentional.
Facing forward.
Right. Almost like the Rolls Royce emblem.
Almost.
He just popped up from the hood. I did an interesting story today.
You sure did. You got people talking.
I did. People texting me about this story all day long, and it's been fascinating. So a woman reached out to our neighborhood network. You can go on to Click Orlando, contact us, and we all see these emails. And she said, I have this issue with my condo. She had shared a condo with a friend of hers who was 98. Her friend passed away. She's trying to sell the condo. She gets it sold, and then she finds out that they're on this Fannie Mae unapproved list, which on the internet, people give it a little sexier name. They call it a blacklist. It's not necessarily a blacklist where you can't sell the home, but it is difficult to try to sell the home.
You don't want to be on that list.
No, you definitely do not want to be on this list. So our least productive reporter in the building did this story. It was me. Let's take a look at that a little bit.
Yeah, I miss her. She used to call me almost every day.
Susan and her friend Dolores split this charming little condo in the Hidden Village complex in Lake Mary 13 years ago. But at 98, Dolores passed away, leaving this place empty. So Susan needed to sell the condo, and pretty soon she found a buyer. But when that buyer went to get approved for a mortgage, they were denied. It turns out this complex is on Fannie Mae's blacklist.
So rejected, approved but expired.
Realtor Sheena Tapia is trying to sell Bosher's condo. She's lost 10 sales this year because a condo showed up on this list. Hundreds of people are impacted by this, and they probably have no idea.
Probably have no idea.
To be clear, you can sell a condo on this list. It's just harder. The buyer will not qualify for veteran or first-time homebuyer loans. Only cash buyers or those with a big down payment are eligible, or, in the case of Hidden Village, a concern about reserve funding.
In their 2025 budget, they're saying they're going to be using some of those reserves for upcoming projects, which you can't do.
So going into this story, I thought, okay, I'll help this lady at least get some information that to figure out what's going on here. Then I start looking into the blacklist, and then I meet that realtor, Sheena Tapia, who is like a financial whiz. I think she worked for a bank for a while, and then she switched. So she knows this stuff really well. And then when she showed me this website, which when I first looked it up, I thought you didn't have access to the blacklist.
Yeah.
And then she sends me a link to the blacklist. I mean,
there it is.
If you Google it, it tells you, oh, it's this mysterious list that nobody knows if they're on it or not. That's not true. It is on
not a
the
mystery to you anymore.
HUD federal website. And then when you start Googling around and you see the numbers involved, 88 communities in Seminole County, total condo communities, 4 of them are approved.
Oh my gosh.
84 out of the 88 are on the blacklist, and they have to have, okay, so you can sell it. I've heard from some of my realtor friends today, they're like, well, there are some things you can do to get around this. You have to just be a little crafty. But for the most part, they don't take VA loans. They don't take first-time home buyer loans. You have to have a 20% down payment or a cash buyer. Yeah, cash buyer will get you the.
Okay, so the the condo crisis in Florida is a real thing. And now this is just adding to it. It seems like, what if, how, I have so many questions and I can't even begin. Like, how do you even end up on a list like that? Because if you're just minding your business and doing the right things, how would you know to check that you're on this list?
It's a great question. Most people have no idea that this list even exists. So there are a few ways. This list was made to protect buyers. So if you buy a house, you can find out that you're on this list. And it's mostly condos because, say, especially these days, if the HOA is in trouble, your condo value can go, just drop like a rock.
You've done stories on that already, too.
Yes, I have. If there are structural issues, you could have tons of problems. And if they're using reserve funds, which is the key in this story, to do budgeted items like to fix sidewalks or change, or get new roofs, they look at all these criteria to try to protect people. But the way our condo situation is right now, we're kind of walking this little tightrope with all of the things that happened after Surfside, that now it's gotten worse. This has always been there. There's always been a good amount on the list, but according to this realtor, it has gotten worse, and the majority of these properties are on it now.
My goodness, I'm glad that you brought that to light, and hopefully it will help a lot of other people, because at least half the battle is knowing you're on the list, and if you are having a problem selling your condo, at least now you'll know why, and probably get some answers.
Also, if you're a buyer, and you go to buy the place and you don't realize that you need 25% down to be able to purchase this, a lot of people get their hopes up and then they can't. Look, these condos, that's a $200,000 condo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most of these people are not cash buyers. They're not putting 20% down. It's a first-time home or something like that, or it's a retiree on a
And
fixed
you're in a
income.
fixed income, yeah.
So they don't have a ton of cash, and so it limits who can buy that.
Yeah, it's a story that has really, it's got some legs, and I've been hearing chatter in the newsroom all day long, and there's even more talk online about it. So great job exposing that, and hopefully you've been able to help a lot more people.
I hope so.
Will be.
Some information at least.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're moving on to Seminole County now, where this guy is not a smooth criminal. He is behind bars, and he's behind bars because he is facing charges of sexual battery on a child under 12, and that in itself carries a life sentence, right? So he doesn't want to go to trial. And the only way to make that happen is to make all the witnesses or even the victims go away. This guy behind bars has put out a hit on the 12-year-old girl.
The under 12-year-old.
Yeah,
girl.
that he's accused of sexually abusing. The detective who arrested him in this case. And I can't remember, there's a third person he put out a hit from behind bars, offering a friend in jail. He says, I know somebody on the outside. And this guy's like, oh, I will give them a BMW if they can carry out this hit. He told him the little girl's address, where she
number.
goes to school, the phone number. This is terrifying. And he doesn't want to go to jail. He's 24 years old. His name is Talil Van. But the people he was talking to, guess what?
Who were they? Were they cold, hard criminals?
They-
Or were they detectives, Ginger?
I think you know why we're doing this story,
Right,
Matt.
yes.
They were definitely detectives. And thank goodness they were, because who knows what would have happened to that child, the people who were working on this case. So he's in jail now, still in jail, facing even more charges because this adds on to it. I can't even imagine just the gumption it takes for someone to say, I just don't want to go to trial. Just kill everybody who could even testify against me. Perhaps, allegedly.
I struggle with this
I
one,
know,
Ginger,
I know.
because nobody's convicted.
No one.
He hasn't been
Yeah.
convicted of anything, right?
No.
But if you were, say, the kind of person who would sexually assault a child, and is already pretty much one of the most despicable human beings as possible, hypothetically, and then you get arrested for it, and innocent people are okay going to trial, usually. So if you're then trying to get rid of the evidence and the people who are going to testify against you, including this child who allegedly you've already wrecked
for
their life,
perhaps. Yeah.
I mean, I have a hard time. That one is tough for me to process.
No, I know as a dad, as a human being, it's hard to process. So he had his first appearance today on his new charges of solicitation to commit first-degree murder, which also could land him behind bars for life.
Did he think he just all of a sudden found the most despicable hitman on planet Earth who would, for a BMW, murder a child and
I think
two other people?
People have committed murder for less things.
I don't know. I don't know if hitmen get the backstory. I mean, clearly this wasn't
he
the
thought
situation, but my God. Okay, I'm gonna simmer down for a minute. We've got some more
down.
interesting stories. Man, Florida never fails.
If you're not mad about this story on the
God,
other
this
side,
next one. I'm gonna flip this table during this next story.
we're gonna make sure
Stick
that
with us.
doesn't happen.
Welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart, also good looking, because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. We do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down below.
Gosh. Yeah.
And then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh. All right, welcome back to News 6 tonight. I'm going to
just got fun
try
of my angry face
not
right
to
now.
let the steam come out of my ears for this next one.
It's too late.
So let me set this up for you.
Mhm.
So a family with disabled child who gets picked up by the special needs bus every day. You know, there's a little ramp that comes out of the bus, it comes down, so this child can get on their bus with their wheelchair. They started noticing that every day when they arrived at the bus stop, this person's sprinklers would come on. And then at the end of the day, when they would come to pick their child up, this person's sprinklers would come on.
But
And
never on weekends or in
never
between.
on weekends. And basically, as soon as the wheelchair left the property, the sprinklers stopped with the water, right? So this happened for 2 years, according to the report here. Sprinklers on the yard would turn off. So people finally called. Deputies actually watched as the child arrives, the sprinklers turn on, gets them wet. The father in this case started wearing
A bathing suit.
board shorts
Yeah.
to drop the kid off.
And to protect his kid who's in the wheelchair.
So you might say, well, something weird is going on here. Well, it turns out a neighbor confessed, said he was angry that this special needs bus pulled up in front of his house every day. And he even told the police this. So let's listen. Our community correspondent, Stephanie Rodriguez, has more.
That's not nice. You can't do that to our kid.
The Marion County Sheriff's Office says their investigation began last August, and on several occasions, an undercover deputy observed the sprinkler spraying the school bus and turning off seconds after it would pull away.
After he left, you would see the the floor wet and that there's water there. So I'm like, where's this water coming from?
Investigators say on non-school days, the sprinklers never turned on. We even found a civil lawsuit filed by Roman against the victim, saying the bus blocks his driveway.
So again, he admitted to this, and as a result, this guy was arrested, charged with 4 counts of stalking, 2 counts of battery on a disabled person, and 2 counts of battery.
I would like to
according
also add
deputies.
just one count of being a terrible human being.
Golly,
How in
yes.
the world do you do that to these children? And that dedicated dad, that poor dad, just doing everything he could to make sure his kids got on the bus. And it's not like the bus stopped, dropped, and sat there for hours. It was there for maybe 5 minutes tops.
It does take a little extra time
To put the ramp down.
ramp down for this child who's okay. So you have somebody blocking your driveway. Are you in a wheelchair? I would say that's a little.
But is that
more
the moment
extreme.
that you're going to use your driveway? It's a bus has it has a schedule. So every day you know when this bus is going to come. And that's how he was able to plot and plan everything. And as a result, he can now no longer run his sprinkler at all. So he's going to have dead grass. His neighbors are going to be mad about that. Not that that justifies anything or makes the situation any better, but it's like, good Lord, just have some heart. Just have a little bit of patience with people and you see what's going on. But I tend to believe people like that. There's something else going on there
Yes.
with that guy.
Somehow people might be getting obsessed with this random thing in their lives,
yeah.
and then all logic leaves their
And I
brain.
just have to say, we don't know what this man is going through.
No.
But I do know that that dad who's protecting his son in a wheelchair is going through enough.
I would agree with that. And the fact that somebody was making their life harder
Yeah.
breaks my heart. But I'm glad that I don't think those sprinklers are going to be going off.
No,
anymore.
he can't. He cannot run them. So
All right. Now that we are fit
that's today's rant.
to be tied, we had some.
It's just Wednesday.
Good. Is there a full moon out today or something?
I don't know.
That's when we start to wonder.
Is there a high tide?
There might be
Probably.
a high tide.
Yeah.
All right, let's check in with our meteorologist, Jonathan Kegas. He is in his digital weather center. Jonathan, I know you have a lot going on. I know you've been listening to these stories. We need a break from the anger.
something.
Were you getting enraged like I was during those?
I was. I had to clean up. I flipped the desk.
You did. There's no more
I had
desk.
to tidy up a little bit. Wild
Before your
stuff,
9:30 show.
tonight.
Yeah.
It's
Good call.
It's right.
Good call. And the
The good
thing.
news that he has is that Erin is not a factor
This
for
is true.
us.
That's wonderful.
That's great news.
Yeah, Matt, you were mentioning earlier tonight. I hope you guys were watching. Maybe you mentioned that during commercial break that it just kind of found the way out here, right on in between. I mean, would love it if all the storms did this. Now, this is what the storms are supposed to do. Coriolis effect. They start to spin and then they get stronger. Then they gain latitude like this one. I'll oftentimes, of course, these go out, but some of the times, as we all know, they come into the East Coast of the United States. This is one of those times we had something to kind of push it away. Look at the size of this thing. I think it was a couple of nights ago, guys, we were talking. I said, wait till we get into the middle of the week
Wow.
and look at the size. I
It's
mean, we have
crazy.
an outer, some of the cirrus clouds still reaching back towards the Dominican Republic. And some of the higher thin clouds associated with the hurricane are working their way through New York City right now. Obviously, the meat and potatoes are right in that core that's a couple hundred miles wide, but a giant hurricane. And that's the reason why we have the nasty beach conditions. It is very powerful, so its influence is wide reaching. But I think we'll take the rough surf to the alternative. I think, guys.
Yeah, heck yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
nasty surf, but I'm not going in there. Jonathan, I was curious.
No.
You were talking a little bit about earlier this week what's coming behind this thing. Do we have any
Yes.
idea what's going on?
Yes, I do. And actually,
You
I'm
know
glad
he
you said
does.
that because coming up at 9:30, if this plays for me, if my satellite loop plays, you're going to watch that orange turn to red. So the Hurricane Center did increase the odds for tropical development. We do like the way that's pointed. Of course, not wishing any ill will on Bermuda. But these guys back here, well, how I'm going to put this is a couple of different weather features came through the Atlantic basin, almost like a steroid, some HGH for these things. And that's
That's
what
what I'm
helped
on.
to get. Really? No, you do it. The pure
All
protein.
now,
and
yeah,
the
you're right. Yeah, I would
chicken
be.
and all that
I'd
stuff.
look a
Yeah,
little
the
different.
bland,
Yeah,
the
with
bland
HGH.
stuff.
We're explaining this.
So sorry.
really?
Go ahead.
Anyway, yeah, we're doing this. So that HGH or what's that stuff? The creatine it's getting out of here. Okay, so as these next waves are coming off, they're like, hey, wait a minute, I lost my little energy. I lost my protein
Oh.
shake. So these guys, no, too bad. So these guys are gonna roll off and kind of peter out. So this guy back here, Invest 99L. Well, one of them could be a guy, one of them could be a girl, depending upon which get names first. But anyway, this entity, if it does become something, it's going to be super short lived because all of a sudden the conditions in the main development region, as we call it, unfavorable for development. So I do think post Erin, things are going to get kind of quiet as we
Good.
get into the first part of peak season.
I
That's
love
what
it.
we like to hear. I mean,
So-
shrink away, just go away. That's all we want. Matt's more of a keto
Do it.
guy, by the way, so you know.
Yeah,
He's
I
delicate.
wish.
It's like Captain America
more
when
of
he's
a-
like out of that thing.
More of a
If you're
muffin
comic
guy is
person,
what I like.
before he got.
If they were a protein in muffins, I would be a
You get your
bodybuilder.
protein muffins. They're very dry.
I
though.
know,
Very
like
dry.
actually good ones. Jonathan Kagas, thank you very
Crazy.
much. Appreciate the creatine reference. By the way, the rip currents, a real problem.
Oh my gosh, huge problem because but this is the time of year surfers, they live for this sort of thing and just don't do it. We'll talk more on the other side of the break.
You can do it if you're good.
No.
You can
no,
handle
don't-
it.
no, You can't.
Welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart, also good looking, because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. We do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down
Oh my
below,
gosh. Yeah.
and then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh.
Welcome back, everybody. Stay out of the water. Thanks for joining us. That's
Are you getting preachy on us tonight?
No, but it's dangerous out there. I know the waves look appealing to people who
Some people can handle it.
we
If
get
you're
the
in
little
top
baby waves.
0.5% of swimmers and surfers, maybe you can do it.
See, I don't even like saying that because you overestimate.
I have done that. Yes.
Oh,
I
how
live
good
my
you
life
are.
in overestimating.
Exactly. Our community correspondent in Volusia County is Molly Reed. She did a story today talking about how they're already banning traffic on the beach. So let's listen to her report.
You can see the chop in the waves churning out here with some people braving the water underneath those strong waves or strong rip currents here in Volusia County. Waves are expected to hit 6 to 8 feet in several locations, even bigger down in Brevard County with some surf reports showing 10 feet. Taking a shot at the waves in Ponce Inlet is an opportunity surfers here don't get too often this time of year.
When these hurricanes come, and thankfully they don't hit us, they bring these giant waves.
Volusia Beach Safety is waving the red flag, though, warning beachgoers to take extra precaution in the water.
If you're a novice swimmer, now is not the time to learn how to surf.
Do not start taking surf lessons.
No, don't do that.
Right now.
You want to be intimidated, get up into your waist in water and then have a 10-foot wave.
Go over your head.
Stare up over
Yeah,
that thing.
I don't want to do that.
It's wild. Hey, thanks for watching tonight. We'll be back again tomorrow to bother you.
Bye.